Hello everyone and welcome to yet another deck profile, and today we're gonna be looking at Archaludon EX. So for our Pokemon we have 4 Archaludon. I actually only have 1, so 3 of them are proxied unfortunately. And we have 4 Duraludon. We also have 2 Scyther, which are very interesting inclusions in this deck, and also 2 Scizor, so we can deal with pesky Mimikyus and Ogerpons and such. We also have 1 Fezandipiti to draw cards once we get knocked out. To draw cards we also have 1 Radiant Greninja, and we have a Relicanth who allows us to hit for higher numbers with the Archaludon using the Duraludon's attack. So for our supporters we have 4 Professor's Research as our consistency cards. We have 3 Iono for hand disruption and as consistency cards as well. We have 3 Boss's Orders. We have 2 Professor Turo Scenario just to pick up the damaged Archaludons from the field into our hand, discarding the energy, so that's pretty nice. And we have 1 Torton, so we can switch 1 basic Pokemon with maybe a Duraludon, so we can evolve in 1 play, actually. For our items, we have 4 Nest Ball to get the basic Pokemon from our deck onto our bench. We got 4 Ultra Ball to search for the Archaludons. We also have 4 Night Stretchers to get the energies or Archaludons, Duraludons, whatever, from our discard into our hand. And we also have 3 of the Earthen Vessels to search for our energies. We also have 2 Pokegear to search for our supporters. And we got 2 Jamming Towers to deal with the Bravery Charms and such. We have 1 Scoop Up Cyclone as the ace pack of choice. We have 1 Counter Catcher for when we're behind in prizes. And 1 Palpet to get the supporters back into our deck. And for our energy counts, we have 10 basic steel energies. This deck profile is actually made because Bella was really good with it. She did really well in Udine. She made top cut and finished 3rd at the end, so I must of course say congrats to her. And now to the deck. With this deck, you definitely want to be going first. Why? Because in the second turn you want to have already 2 energies in the discard pile and being able to evolve into Archaludon so you can hit for high numbers early on. So let's also talk a little bit about matchups. So one of the best things about this deck is that it actually has a very good matchup into the most popular, most played, and probably one of the best decks in the current format, the Regidrago V-Star. It also has a very good matchup in Lugia, which is also being played a lot lately. And also another deck that's also kinda played a lot, and it also has a great matchup in, is the Cloud Terapagos, also one of the more dangerous meta decks. So it has a very good matchups in those ones. However, this deck unfortunately has some really bad matchups as well. So one of those is definitely the Charizard. Why? Because the Charizard is so bulky, there is no way you can one-shot it. And because Charizard is so aggressive, it can one-shot you late in the game, so that's definitely one of the more difficult matchups. The other one is Goldengo for sure. Goldengo being able to hit really high numbers really early on with the help of the Energy Search Pro Ace pack. It can one-shot you 2, 3, 4 times in a row. 3 is all that they need, to be honest. And a very, very difficult matchup. Also a lot of HP, unable to one-shot it really fast. Another one that's kind of difficult is the Raging Bolt. Once again, being able to one-shot you with ease is something that this deck has trouble with. And another deck that is kind of unfavored for the Archaludon has to be the Gardevoir EX. Why? Because you have the 1 prizers in Gardy, which are the main attackers that can one-shot you, like the Drifloons, and they just wipe the floor with you, to be honest. But in everything else, once again, also very 50-50 matchup spread. It's such a wide meta, I love it. And thanks so much for watching, you guys, and catch you next time.